Hello my lovely ravens, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chantel and today I want to make a kind of folio, kind of Christmas inspired journal. It's like a keepsake kind of thing. You can craft along, or after this video at the very end of it I will show you the ones that I made, and then you can purchase them on my website darkestravendesigns.com. Now I know this video goes up a little bit late, which means that if you order one, it will arrive late or probably after Christmas. However, you can always take the photos that you have from Christmas and then put them in your journal. Anyway, that's why they call it the festive season as well, which means that it extends a little bit past Christmas, right? Anyway, I found this trim that I want to use. It's like to me it looks like a little bit like a Santa belt. It's soft with embroidery, so I thought that was pretty. These 5 fabrics, they came in a pack, and that is from Make Mistletoe and Holly. They are fat quarters, 45 by 56 centimeters and 100% cotton. We are going to use a lot of patterns in this journal. I here have the Evergreen and Holly pad by Vicky Boutin. These are 12 by 12 inch sheets, 48 sheets. There's 2 of every design, and they are double-sided, which is an important thing for this project. Otherwise the other side will be white. Now let me just quickly go through these designs. Oops. That's actually the back of the second one. So we have this one, green, some holly and red, snowflakes and mint, holly and green, a holly border, and writing, some gingham and yellow or gold, polka dots and pinkish, envelopes and green checkers and like a maroon, some nice advent kind of doors, and green, some ruled paper and holly and red, some green and mint, a very festive checker, or is it that sort of checker design in green, brown poinsettias, and candy cane, black and white gingham and green leaves, wreaths, red and yellow white stars, a squares pattern in Christmas colors, some pine. I think now we're getting into the embellishments. So we have these trims, then we have tags, and they have backs on them as well. And then we have some generic ones. We have a calendar, and we have a holiday must-haves, a delivery notice from Santa, and today on the 25th, and my Christmas wish list. And then on this one we have December activities and highlights and important dates, holiday shopping list, favorites, it says winter activity, Christmas carol, family tradition, etc. And our Christmas story here. I think we should just get started. So what I want to create in this video is this, and this is the prototype that I made, but it's absolutely fine. It is basically a little Christmas keepsake. So it has a wraparound sari silk closure, and basically it folds out like that, but let me go through it. So the front page has this wraparound closure thing, and it has a pocket here, and you can write here and here, put some photos of the Christmas celebrations that you're having. Then it folds open and has this tuck under with a wreath, and I put some sparklies on there just because I could. And obviously you can write on here, and you can put some photos on here. It just tucks under like that. Then we have a belly band. There's again 2 cards there. Then we have a flip up here with a pocket with another 2 cards. This is just a little dangly that I thought was cute. It's just a paper clip with 2 circle things on it. And then you can put a photo here, you can write here another photo, and there's another spot here that folds open, and it has a pocket there. And here I have 4 envelopes. It's a bit hard to see with the pattern, but if you take this out, it looks like an envelope. And then I just made some slits in there to put these cards in. So it's got 4 of those. And then at the back here, which is basically the front of the other side, has another flip open there. It has another flip up with another card, 2 cards in there. It has a side tuck there. It has a big belly band there with 2 cards. A smaller belly band, and then we're back at the front of the other one. So this can also be displayed like this, either side. It would actually be a nice centerpiece with all photos and stuff like that. So this is what we're gonna make today. Follow along. I will leave everything in the description box below that you need to know, and let's just get started, shall we? So for this project you will need 4 12 by 12 double-sided pieces of paper. So I have 4 here from the paper pack that I showed you before. And I'm gonna pick 3 for my main booklets. So I think I want these 3. And I'll put this one on the side. I'm just gonna take that strip off the top there. The other ones had strips as well, but I've already taken them off. There we go. And now we're gonna cut the papers. You're gonna cut 2 of them 8 by 11.5 inches. So we're gonna do that first. So I have 2 8 by 11.5 inches. Keep the offcuts because you're going to need them. Now the next one is going to be 8 by 11 inches. I'm going to cut that now. (8 by 11.5 and 8 by 11. Now you're going to score those. If you don't have a scoring board, you will have to measure it out and score it that way. But because I do have one, I'm going to score the 8 by 11 one at 5.5, which is halfway. And this will be my middle piece. And the other 2 I will score at 5.5. and 11. Now you can fold all those score lines. Doesn't really matter what way for now. Put this away. And now these, so if this is the bold side, this is the other bold side, so I'm going to flip that over. Well, this is bold as well. Let's put it that way. And then this one will be on the other side, which will be this side. What you will have is this one with the flap this way. Then this one will go on top of that, which will then fold over like so. And then you will have another glue flap there, which will then glue onto like so. And like that. And then you will have your booklet. The base of your booklet you will have. So let's glue them together. I will use Fabri-Tac glue for this. You can use any glue you like, which one you prefer, or tape. It doesn't really matter. Just whatever works for you. Now, as you're gluing this together, you're going to make sure that it lines up. And this can stick out a little bit, that's really not an issue. This means that the fold line is a little bit off. But we can fix that. Let's line it up. And make that fold with a bone folder. There you go. And the next one. Making sure that this all lines up as the glue slowly dries, and then you can still adjust it a little bit when you're using wet glue. Okay, and now you have your zigzag booklet, which looks like this on the front. And you will see the glue strips on the back, but that should not matter because it's all Christmas themed. Right. Now you have these 3 offcuts, right, from the papers that you used before. I want to cut these down to 8 by 4 inch pieces. Okay, gonna hold on to these ones because we're gonna use them later. Trying to use as much as possible. So these are 4 by 8 pieces. Now we're going to score them, and then we're going to glue them at the front and inside the booklet. So we are going to score them at 3.5. Now these 4 by 4 pieces, we are going to also score them at 3.5. And fold them over. So the 8 by 4 pieces, you're going to score them at 3.5, and then you will create this little flap. You will do that for all these 3 pieces. And then the cut off 4 by 4 pieces, you're going to score them at 3.5 as well. And then you have these 3 little flaps, like so. Now let's assemble this, but before I do that, before I glue these on, I'm going to round all the corners that I can find, which includes these ones as well. I don't know, it just gives a little bit more of a clean look. I'm going to do the same with all the corners here. Even though they're double, I'm going to round all the corners. Okay, I've rounded all the corners, as you can see. There's a nice rounded booklet there. And I think the first one I want on the front is this one. So the flap is here. And I think I want that there. And then one do I like better? I think I'm gonna go for this one. So these ones are gonna go on first. And again, you don't have to round the corners, you can just leave them square as well. If you don't have a corner rounder, you can put a coin in the corner, or a business card that has rounded corners, or a credit card that has rounded corners, or a glue stick, and then draw around that. You can use various things to make that happen. A coin is probably the easiest option. Just put it down, put the coin there, and trace around it. Then you can just cut with scissors. There's that one. The next two I will be gluing, not in the first one, but in here. So that will be this one, I think. That one. This one's really nice. And then this one. So there's the next two. And then I'm going to flip it over, which is the last page of the first one. And then we have the first page of the second part, which is the back part or the front part, however you want to look at it. And then we've got this one, which I'm going to flip over. I've got the yellow one there, and then this one there. And there's the third one. So if we flip it over, here's the first page, the third page, and the first page of the other side, and then the other two pages. So now we need to make some closures for this one. So these are circles that I cut with my hole punch, and they are two circles cut from some offcut designs from the design pack that I have. And I punched two circles, put them on top of each other, put a brad through, and you're going to glue these ones on top here for the closure. Now, in between those two circles, you can put a piece of string, and then you can close it like this. So one of these has a piece of string in between, then you can just close it like so. And I will show you once all these circles once I've glued them all on, I will show you how to put that piece of string in between those two circles. I have some Christmassy string here, and I'm just gonna tie that underneath the first one with a double knot. Cut off that string as best as you can underneath the disc, and you can tie it around the other one. Just a couple of times. You can cut it off. And what I'm doing is just putting a knot at the end, but you can also put a little dangly on there if you'd like. So there you go. There's a closure. I'm gonna do that for the other two as well. Okay, for the next part, we're gonna make this flap. We are going to cut two 5 by 8 inch pieces from another 12 by 12 sheet. Then from this leftover, I'm going to cut 5 and 5. So this would be a 5 by 4 inch piece. And we're going to glue that on top of this to make that pocket. Obviously we can use the other side, so we have a different pattern there. Do the same with this one. And we're going to score at 7.5. And I had a look on this side, and want this to be this front because I can actually read that. It's got text for me. So, and the other side, I'm going to do upside down, so I can read it when I flip it up. When I flip this up, it's readable. This one. So before I'm going to glue this flap in and this one on top, I'm going to round the corners. Rounded those corners, and let's glue these ones on top. So for these ones, the pockets, I'm just gonna glue 3 sides, obviously, otherwise you'll glue it shut. And 2, and now I just need to have a look where I want to place them inside the booklet. I put it with the other one on the 3rd page, so 1, 2, 3. Let's do this one. There we have it. And then the next one, I will glue inside here. It really doesn't matter where you glue them, it's just, you know, wherever you want, really. I'm just giving you some tools to create this booklet. And there we have that second flip out. Now, if I had cut that strip of 12 by 12, that paper of 12 by 12 first, the long side, I would have had a 2 by 12 inch strip. I now only have a, I don't know how long this is, a 8 by 2 inch strip and a little cut off here. So what I will do with this one, I'll make a belly band. But if you would have cut the long side first, you would have had a 12 by 2 inch strip, and you could have made 2 shorter belly bands, but I'm just gonna make 1 in this instance. I'm just gonna round the corners. Do actually like that sound. See if it fits anywhere else. This is the thing, you can just pick and choose wherever you want it, right? That's too light, so I think I'm gonna put this one here. And then this one, where I put it, it can actually just become a pocket here on top of this one. And yes, it's a little bit different from what I made in first instance. You can just use leftover pieces and glue them wherever you like, really. So instead of having 2 shorter belly bands, I now have a pocket and a longer belly band. So there we have it. Now with my paper pack came these cute little envelopes. Where are they? There. So I only had to cut them out and glue them on, basically. But you can make your own as well. If you just cut an envelope size from any sheet of paper, you can do the same thing. So obviously I have prepared a few things. So these are the envelopes that came with my paper pack. And I have cut a slit there so I can slide something inside. I think I want to put them here because they would look nice in here. And then where I glue is the entire top, just above that cut. And then just around here, so the whatever you put in there can sit in there. Now you can put something in here. I'm gonna glue them all on and then move on to the next part. I have another piece of, how long is it? This is 1.5 by 8 inches. I had a whole sheet with these designs on it. And this one I will cut 3, and this one is 1.5 by 4 inches, which I will glue inside these ones right here. There we have that belly band and a pocket there, a pocket in this one, and a pocket in that one over here. Now I'm going to place all the ephemera inside, and with all the ephemera is all the stuff that I cut from the sheets. So here are some tuck spots as well. These are some embellishments that were in this pack that I bought. Then we have some tags also from the pack that I bought, and some of these cards, same also from the pack, and some of these cards also from the pack. And these ones, these cards, I cut, which is 6 by 4 inch, 6 by 5 inch, 7 by 3 inch, and 3 by 5 inch. And I have those Christmas fabrics, and I cut strips, and I've just sewn them on the sides here. With this one I put a little brad in, piece of ribbon, and there's the ribbon that I bought that I just sewn on the top. So I'm going to place everything inside, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, we have reached the end of this. So I went ahead and I've added the closure as well. Really easy. So I used a strip of sari silk, which I just glued in here. You can also sew it. I did sew it on the other one. And I will sew this off camera when I'm done with this video, but yeah, just a little piece of sewing there. But you can also just glue it in. Now, what have we got? We have this closure, which when we open, it has space for writing, for sticking an image, and also a tag with some journaling space at the back in this pocket. I will close it again. The next page is that closure, and I put a little bell, a little green bell at the end here. And then we have this belly band with these two pieces. Obviously, this project can be used for any type of paper, and it really depends what kind of papers are in the pack. So these tuck spots, this is just cut out from what was in that pack. There were like 9 on a sheet, so I just cut them out as embellishments. And now it's a little tuck spot. These 2 cards here that I'm just tucking in here. We have this flip up where you can write and stick a photo, or just 2 photos. And then we have a card here and some more ephemera here with journaling space, or again for photos. And I had some left over of these, so in every booklet there will be extra wreaths to do with whatever you want. You can stick a little photo or put some writing or anything you like. Then we have another closure here, which is the same principle. A little pocket there. Next page is the envelopes, again, that you can make yourself if you would like. And there's plenty of space for photos and journaling, and you can add extra things to here. Then at the back, or the front of the next part, we have another one of these flip opens. The next part is a belly band with a giant card. Just scrapbook paper. And then in here we have another card and more embellishments in the pocket, and this flips open. Then here we have another tuck spot and 2 cards that you can do with whatever you want. Space for a photo, and this is back to the front. Now, I wanted you all to know that you can also add some signatures in here. And wherever there is like a valley, that's where you can add a signature of papers. So if you just sew them in here with like a pamphlet stitch, that will just sit in here as a journal piece, and that will just be, the stitching will just come out here. I might actually show you that and add them to these journals. You can decide to not to and just have this as a very simple pocket and flip open book. But I might actually add some signatures. 1, 2, 3. I could add 5 if I wanted to. But I'll just add them in the short part. So there's like 1, 2, 3 valleys in one side and 2 valleys in the other side. So I will add them to the shorter side here. All right, let me get some papers and show you how to do that. So I have a couple of inserts here. I only need two for this one. So one of them will be here and one of them will be in here. So I think I'm just going to use this cord because it's Christmassy, and I will wax it with some beeswax. So I have some beeswax here. Let me cut the right length. 1, 2, should be enough. So if you don't know this, beeswax makes your string a lot stronger and the knots will stay better. And I got mine on Etsy, but I also bought some locally here at a vintage store where they happen to have the same blocks. So I just got them there. So these ones just say beeswax, and just run them along until the thread feels kind of sticky. It won't affect any of the paper though. So now with this one, I'm going to find the middle, line up the papers. Let's give that a stab there. See if you can, position this somewhat in the middle and go through. Leave a little bit hanging there. And then I will just go back and just make some holes there so I know where to go back in. There we go. Back through this one. And then back through that one where we started at. At this point you might want to pull it tight. And then back through that middle one. Pull it tight. Make a double knot there. Cut the strings. And then you've got a signature in your zigzag book. There we go. So there's the flip up. Here's the signature. And the next signature I will sew in here. I'll do it off camera and then I'll show you what it looks like. You could even put this flap on top of that signature like that. And this is what it looks like on this side. This is where the strings came out. So that's basically a little embellishment of string there. And it's not in the way of anything else. Okay, and we are done. Here is the side without the signatures and the 2 places where the string comes through. Then on the other side, we have the 2 parts with the signatures. So here's the flip up signature and tuck spot signature. There we have it. Your own Christmassy journal that you will probably cherish for years to come. And let me show you the other ones. And as soon as this video comes out, they will be for sale in my shop on darknestravendesigns.com. And there's so many other paper goodies you can get there, so have a look around as well. So yeah, let me show you the other ones. And here they all are. I had a lot of fun creating these. They all have the same elements in them. They all have a little pop of glitter somewhere in the books. And these will now be for sale on my website, darkestravendesigns.com, if you want to grab yourself one or make one yourself. Have fun creating one. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.